Showtime.
It's about that time.
Let's go.
You're right where you need to be. This is GCOM Radio.
Hardest radio station on the planet. Yeah.
Powered by Lyfeblood.com.
We certified.
And hosted by Nova Phoenix.
Give them that flavor.
Yo, man. Hey. Yo. And yo, hey. Yo, Blake say. Yo, whatever way. Yo, what's going on, everybody? Shout out to everyone that's out there that just tuned in a second in and you playing this right from the start for this show. I appreciate everyone that's coming to listen to this show. Shout out to everyone that is listening around the world. Thank you for listening. You're here again. Listen to another short. This time, I promise, guys. I promise this joint is going to be short. Short. Yeah, who you listen to? This is Nova Phoenix, your host on GCOM Radio on iHeartRadio. And we're going to give the last show of 2021. Yes, folks, I said it. The last show of 2021. I did say I was going to finish up the 15th of December. But because some recent developments, I've got to end it 1 week earlier. But I'm sure you guys are all good. There's going to be plenty of other podcasts that's out there for you guys to listen to for the rest of the week. And I know I'm going to be listening to the podcast, and I'm going to get that itch to say something in response to what other people say, and probably I will. We'll see how that goes down. But yeah, I'm just going to take the time to, decompress. I don't really know how people just do straight podcasts week after week after week after week. I mean, they go through the holidays. They still, you listen, I understand about, making content and, being, what's the word, consistent and putting out stuff. But at some point, you got to take a break. You got to go on vacation. I mean, come on. Even like professional actors take vacation after banging out like 3 or 4 movies and they're working 12, 13-hour days. At some point, they say, all right, listen, I'm taking like 6 months off. I'll see you guys on the come around, or 8 months or whatever. So these folks now that that's producing content on social media, on YouTube and all that, and they crank it out. They stay cranking out shows. I gotta give them props, man. Yeah, you guys got some stamina, I tell you. But for me, if I'm gonna kick out 52 weeks, 51, we'll say average 50 shows a year, and I at least got to get some time for myself and for the family at the end of the year, just to not have to be on crunch time all the time. And plus, it's the end of the holidays. I mean, you don't want to always have to constantly be on it and like full throttle, 125%. And plus, you got to let life go a little bit. You know what I mean? Before you get on the mic, just to see what's happening and really take in this information and think about it, and then be ready for the new year. And that's what I'm going to do for the new year. So, all right, let's get started and rock and roll with this with the show. All right, so the first thing on the list here is Diddy, man. Diddy, shout out to P. Diddy. He is bidding a $3.3 million to rebuy. What do you think he's going to rebuy? He's going to rebuy the Sean John brand. I so forgot that Diddy sold Sean John. He actually sold it to Global Brands Group USA Incorporated. Unfortunately, they're filing bankruptcy in July. So he's putting out that bid, like I said before, $3.3 million to buy back the Sean John brand, and he wants to make it bigger and better. I was a little upset that he sold the brand, and I really dug Sean John and everything that he was doing. I really dug the brand Sean John, and I really dug what Diddy was doing with it. I love the streetwear that he was doing. I love the professional wear, the suits and everything like that. I thought he really took the clothing business serious. some other people didn't. You know, a lot of people at the time when a lot of the hip hop celebrities, rappers, and all that were, I guess one of them was Sean John. You had Rockaway, and you had other more famous hip hop celebrities that was coming out with their own clothing brands. There were a lot of others that was just taking it as a hustle, and I'm like, you could tell right away that it's like, oh, you just, jumping on the bandwagon. It's all good. But yeah, Diddy, I gotta say, he really took it serious, man. And he came out with some dope threads, man. I'm not gonna even front. But then he eventually sold it, about 90% of it to GBG, as I said, Global Brands Group, and he sold about 90% of it in 2016. And there's a December 15th deadline for all other buyers to make a bid. I really hope that he does take this brand back and really build it up again. Because my thing is, it's about legacy. You know what I mean? The how should I say, the strategy or for a lot of the brands that was coming out at the time. What happens is a lot of these hip hop celebrities will build up the brand, of course, doing what they did. They would make millions and millions of dollars. A lot of people like the brand. And then what happened, for some reason, I don't know what's going on with some of these celebrities. What's going on? Maybe they wanted to move on to other things, and they're like, man, I just can't. I don't have time for this. And a lot of these brands got sold off. A lot of these brands got sold off to these corporate conglomerates. And the same thing always happened. The outcome was the brands took a nosedive, and next thing you know, you would never see that logo or brand again. So they would pretty much squeeze out whatever was left out of it in the pop market, and then these companies would just sell them off, and then you would never see them. I'm like, no, and I knew that was going to happen. And I think if we want to think legacy, you got to be able to either work that business yourself, or you can sell it to someone that's going to be serious about continuing the brand. Because you got a lot of brands out there right now that's 50, 70, 80 years old. You got Levi's, you got Jordache, you have Guess, you have a lot of other brands out there that stood the test of time, and they're still on the shelves. They're still on the racks being sold, and they get new fashion designers, or however you want to call them, the head of the fashion department, and they still put out good product, and people still buy Levi's. People still buy, people still buy Jordache, but they still out. You know what I mean? Another one's Gas. People still buy Gas. People still buy Polo. People still buy whatever. Nautica. Do people still wear Nautica? Anyway, I'm sure they do. Someone is buying that stuff, because you go to Macy's and you still see those corners. Maybe I haven't. I really, But anyway, I really want to see Diddy kind of like reimagine what Sean John is going to be for 2021 and beyond. Well, you pretty much say 2022 if he wins the bid. And I really like Rockaway too, man. Rockaway was dope. Yeah, again, it's the same thing. Jay sold it off. I wish he didn't. I really liked what he was doing with the brand. So, the same thing with even FUBU. FUBU, the original guys, they're coming out with, they reimagined FUBU and put it back out there. And, that's what I want to see, man. It's all about legacy. So let's see if he gets it back. Actually, he had beef with GBG back in the day. Back in 2004, he had beef because they allegedly used his vote or die slogan on the merchandising. And he was like, I never gave anybody the green light for them to do that. And then just recently in February, he filed a $25 million suit and with an additional $60 million for trademark infringement. So he about his business. Let's see what happens in 2022. Fingers crossed that Diddy does get back his clothing line, and let's see what he does with it. You know what I mean? Recently, man, police always acting up, man. Police is always acting up. So out there, I think in Arizona, let me see if I can find this thing here. Let me see. Yeah, Arizona police officer, this gentleman. No, I'm being too nice. I'm not even going to call a gentleman. What am I talking about? This demonic asswipe. He actually shot a dude in a wheelchair. This Arizona police officer by the name of I had it here. His name is Ryan Remington. Fired 8 or 9 times in the back of a man in a wheelchair. The footage is out there. I saw it on social media, and I saw a clip of it and I kept it moving, just scrolling through. But now I said, let me just watch this footage, and yeah, it's exactly how it is. The chest cam footage and the store footage. So what happened is this old man, a 61-year-old man by the name of Richard Lee Richards, He was in a wheelchair, and allegedly he stole a toolbox. So someone in the store saw him steal the toolbox, called the police. Then this officer showed up on the scene, Ryan Remington, and then he was asking the man for his receipt. And the employee, I guess, followed, if I got the story right, followed out the old man, Richard Lee Richards, who's in a wheelchair. When the police arrived and asked for the receipt, and the old man was like, here's a receipt, and pulls out a knife or something like that. He said, I'm not giving you nothing. So obviously my man is not in the right mind. So this cop, Ryan Remington, follows the guy. I guess he makes a call. Another officer shows up because you see the other chest cam footage of the assisting police officer coming on the scene, jumping out the squad car to follow police officer Ryan Remington, and on the footage. So this guy's trying to get away. He's in a motorized wheelchair, and I guess they're chasing him through the parking lot. I use that word loosely. Ain't no high speed chase. It's a wheelchair. And this guy, they're telling him to stop, and the old man is rolling into the next door. So Officer Ryan Remington, it was like, yo, stop, trying to get the guy to stop. And then out of nowhere, this dude, oh my God, this guy thought it was in the best choice for him to shoot this man, Richard Lee Richards, 61-year-old man, in a wheelchair, 9 times in the back. Hearing those shots go off 9 times. And you probably think, oh man, I know what this looks like. I can tell the race of this, right? Actually, no. In this situation, the cop was white, and the old man in the wheelchair was also white.
That's that white on white crime, y'all.
That's our white on white crime. You know what I mean? What's going on with all this white on white crime? I don't understand what's going on, white America. Could you figure out what's going on with that? But yeah, on the real though, unfortunately, this man lost his life, and I was horrified. I was straight horrified because I was like, wait a second, that was your best response to a man in a wheelchair not responding to your commands or whatever? You shoot him in the back. So you didn't have a stun gun to let off, and for the guy to fall out the chair. Even if the old man had the knife, what was he gonna do with that knife that you couldn't immobilize it? You could literally kick this dude's wheelchair over. He's not gonna reach it with that damn knife. You could just knock the knife over, knock the wheelchair over, and all of a sudden this guy's just flailing with his arms. Like, I mean, there was so many ways to de-escalate the situation and for this man to still be alive. And if he stole that stupid toolbox, obviously my man, again, is not in the right mind, and he would live to see another day and figure out what the hell's going on. But no, this guy decides to shoot this dude in the back 9 times. That was the adequate response because this old man wasn't listening to his commands. Really, bro. Really, y'all, disgusted. And I played it back a couple times, and it shouldn't amaze me that, of course, what we coming on with off of 2020 and all the protests that was going on with police brutality and everything like that. But, I was like, yo, this dude had no respect for human life. And I'm like, to me, it's just not the police officer, but the entire department. This is what people are talking about. The entire department. I don't know how long he's been on the force. I'm sure he's been on the force for several years. And because, and also, where's the psych evaluation on these police officers? I mean, in some way, there's gotta be a psychological evaluation just to see that whoever you're sending out with a gun on the streets, and they're there to quote unquote protect the public, that they're of sound mind. Obviously, this cop was not of sound mind in the way that he responded. That's why people are calling for a reorganization and restructuring. That's why the phrase is going out, defund the police. That's why they want people to say, listen, we got to figure out how we gonna. It's a systemic problem. And this is the wild thing that I also want to say. So this whole thing was going on, the protests, and the social unrest. Everybody was in the streets. Everybody, pretty much trying to get the message across. We have to do something about police brutality. The country was in various cities, right? So a lot of different cities said, okay, you know what, we're gonna do in a response to what was going on. Look, we're gonna put chest cams on these officers. It was gonna be some degree of accountability within the PDs, and all these officers was gonna wear these chest cams so we know exactly what's going on. But this is the crazy thing. With all the footage that's coming out with all these officers doing craziness, right? Shooting people and doing the most demonic things that you can think of when it comes to holding a badge and a gun. The chest cams were on. So a lot of the footage that we see that's coming out from the chest cam footage were officers plainly out in the open, unapologetically shooting and killing people with the chest cams on. Now, my thing is, what is going on in a police department? What is the psychology? What is the how should I say? I can't think of the word right now. I guess the overall feeling of a system and rules and the internal structure of the operations of these police departments, with the officers and everything that's put in place to run this particular police department, anyone where you hear about these officers getting shot. What is the thought process where an officer can go out on the street, blatantly disregard police department rule, not just in terms of the rules of the police department, but the state, the federal government, everything? You just push everything aside to shoot and kill someone and not break a sweat that you will get caught. That you can. This footage is not coming from some random citizen. It's not coming from some store camera angles. It's coming from the chest cams. And you would think, okay, they got the chest cams. Of course, people don't want to ruin their lives, ruin their families' lives. This is gonna somehow slow down all these crazy killings that's happening, right? Police brutality and everything like that. But no. So what is going on within these police departments, where these officers that are caught out there that are killing people indiscriminately with impunity, pretty much in the moment, saying, fuck it, whatever, we don't care, and you ain't listening to me, I'm gonna shoot you dead, I'm gonna kill you like a dog in the street, and they don't even break a sweat that their lives is over. And the whole event is captured on the chest cam, the very device that was supposed to curtail or decrease the amount of incidents that were coming out where people were ending up dead. You answer that for me. What it sounds like to me, you have a system-wide problem, a department-wide problem, where you have these wild cowboys that's going out there shooting people in the back 9 times in a wheelchair and feel like, yeah, I did my job. And guess what happened after he shot the guy in the back? And the guy slumped over and fell out the wheelchair onto the floor. Guess what happened? The officer that shot him in the back went up to him and did what? Handcuffed him. The dude is dead. You shot him 9 times in the back. What is handcuffing gonna do? And that's like, to me, the salt in the wound. That's like, oh my God, that's the cherry on the cake of all the bullshit that's happening here. But yeah, this happened in Arizona. So I just read another article saying that the officer was fired. Of course, it's not gonna just be firing. This charges needs to be pressed. This dude needs to be under the jail. To me, that's a A1 felony, man. That's murder 1 in my book. Because you knew what you were going into that situation to do. When the guy from the last vowel that came out your mouth, and you knew for that in that microsecond that this man, Richard Lee Richards, was not responding to your commands, you pulled that hair trigger. And you let those bullets fly. knowing exactly what was gonna end up. This man was gonna be dead. What type of individual walks around with a badge and a gun, and you feel that the community should be safe? This is exactly what people are talking about when they're throwing out the slogan, defund the police. The reorganization and restructuring and the purging of these sadistic killers that end up wearing a badge and holding a gun on their hip. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. That is absolutely crazy. I'm telling you, folks. To see that footage over and over, I saw it probably 3, 4, 5 times. Just seeing that happen, I'm like, this dude was in a bloodlust. And to handcuff the guy, that's, man. Sometimes I'm at a loss for words. I'm at a loss for words. The way that went down, man. This is what we talking about. PDs across America. And you got to purge these PDs, man. And some of these PDs, that, as I told you before, LA article came out talking about there's a lot of white supremacists in these PDs. Documented paperwork that they're saying, yes, there are white supremacists in these PDs. And you expect people to feel okay? And now that news is out there, the government put out this report, this document. All right, now, okay, what are we doing? Hold on, folks, hold on. Sorry, my bad. Yeah. And when people want to go back to business, so you want to go back, everybody's, as I see what's going on, everybody wants to have things go right back to the same old as before. Quiet things down. All right. Everybody cool. All right, let's get back to doing what we've been doing. No, man. No. You can't. Half the country can't be up in arms and pissed off and mad, and cities is freaking getting. I wouldn't say up in flames, but yeah, some cities is up in flames, and people, and have that happen where the world is watching. And now you want to just go back to business, right? You want to keep it quiet as kept. All right, everybody go, all right. We're not really going to do nothing. No, man, that's why people want a change. And it's just not happening to black folk. Of course, predominantly it's happening to black people in this country. But check that out. You're going to have those that's going to happen to white folk. That's how it works. This is what you want. This is what you want. All the woke white folks out there that's listening to the show, you know what's going on. You know what's happening. And there is a problem that is growing and it's bubbling, and some of them, they're a complete takeover of corruption in these PDs, and it's allowed to happen. So if people really want to change, I understand people are in an uproar. Don't get discouraged. Don't feel like you haven't had an effect on what's happening in this country, in America, good old US of A. But you can still do things that you can change how things happen. You can change the inner workings or the outer workings, however, the politics of police departments in your city. If you want to keep people from getting shot in the back 9 times, in all the other cases, you can still do something. All right. The next thing, listen, on a lighter note, so the Batman, everybody knows the Batman with Robert Pattinson is coming out soon in 2022. Already the movie hasn't come out, and already they're talking about doing a spinoff for the Penguin. And guess who, of course, who plays the Penguin? It's my guy Colin Farrell. They did. I got to tell you, they did a bang up job on this makeup. When I first time I seen the Penguin, I did not know that was Colin Farrell. Shout out to the makeup people, man. That's a great job of what they did. And I'm really interested to see how they're gonna do the Penguin in this one. So I think it was in such an impression. It was such a deep, a profound impact as far as what we've seen with the Penguin, I'm sure the studio suits saw the whole movie, and they were so taken by the Penguin, they're gonna give him a spinoff on HBO Max. Yes, they're gonna give Colin Farrell a spinoff on HBO Max. I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to see how this turns out, man. I think he's a real talented actor, Colin Farrell. But like a lot of actors, they just pick some roles that are not great, and they kind of, they don't really, they're not using their acting to its fullest potential. But that's just what it is, man. You do a couple of good movies, and then you're like, hey, well, this is gonna last forever, and you got a couple million in the bank. You could chill out for the next couple of years, 4 to 5 years, and then you don't really care. All right, I'll do that movie. Who cares? All right, cool. And they squeak out a couple of bad, some lemons. But yeah, when he really puts his mind to it, he's a phenomenal actor, and the role that he got with the Penguin, Oswald Cobblepot, I think he's really taking it there, man. He's really digging deep to show people his chops, like to remind folks that, yeah, man, I'm really one of those A-grade actors. You know what I mean? So to see this on HBO Max, I can't wait for it, man. I think it's dope. And like I said before, man, there's so many other Batman, DC villains, man. I'm done with the Joker. Like, I really love what actors do with the Joker. Of course, our legacy actor, the first that did the damn thing, and that was Jack Nicholson. Of course, everybody loved him in the Joker character. But you know what? I think it's just time to do it. There's a lot of different, the plethora of different villains. Let's try to do those villains. Let's try to dig deep with the Penguin on this HBO Max series. Maybe, and I don't say this, hopefully I don't want DC to copy Marvel, but here's an opportunity with streaming overall, that what you can't cover in the movies in a 2-hour movie, 2.5-hour movie, you can do it by setting up series on your streaming channel. So let's see what they do, man. Let's see what they do with the Penguin on HBO Max. Yeah, man. So that's it, man. That's all I really got to share with you guys for now. I appreciate you guys listening to me over the months, over this past year. It's been fun. I really enjoyed doing this podcast and talking to you guys and enjoying all the good parts and the bad parts of me doing this thing. Yeah, and seeing you guys tune in and checking out the show. And man, there was great things happening. There were not so great things that took place for 2021, but with this new year, let's look for bigger and better things. I wish you guys the best. Hopefully you guys had a productive year, and like I said, not just the good but also the bad, because it's about having those learning lessons to become better people. So hopefully 2021 was a big teaching moment for you guys, and you're gonna head into 2022 with a clean slate and a plan and a master plan, and you can let all your dreams come true as long as you stay focused on it, you stay consistent, you keep on keeping the eyes on the prize. You will get to where you need to go. Just stay consistent. Don't worry about what other people are saying. Do what you got to do. Nobody's gonna believe in you more than you. So don't go for that, because I certainly did it when I was younger. I listened to folks, and you don't want people to get in your head, man. So stay focused, stay sharp, be consistent, put out the content, believe in yourself, have a plan. When the plan goes a little bit off the track, don't worry. You have every opportunity to get it back on track, and stay with it, man. Stay with it. As far as the show is concerned, I'm still going to do the show, and I had the plan for it to happen at the end of the year of this year, 2021. But you know how things go; things don't happen as planned. So I'm not just talking to you guys. I'm taking lessons from myself and what I do, and I can share it with the younger folk out there. But it is still coming. It is still coming. It's coming in 2022. Hopefully, early this quarter, first. No, I wouldn't say early. I'm sorry, excuse me. Like late first, early second. Nothing. It's not gonna be like in June. Trust me, it ain't gonna be like June. We're gonna try to squeak that out there, and then also having something for you guys. I'm working I'm working hard. Reaching out to VCs and doing what I do with that, and having some talks. And some of them don't work out, and some. Well, at this point, I'll put it like this. When it does work out, I'm not going to say anything. because I want to leave it a surprise for the show. So, like I said, guys, I appreciate you guys listening to me, man. Tune in for next 2022 first show. I won't be back until, let's see what happens. Let me see, look at this calendar here. I'm going to give my whole month off. So I'll probably be back either the 5th or the 12th. Even before that, maybe I could do in meantime, in between times, and reach out to you on certain things that I can't wait. Let's see what happens. I haven't done it before, but who knows? Let's see how I roll. But I'll fit it in. I'll probably be back the 5th or the 12th of January 2022. Shout out to every which one of y'all around the world. I appreciate it again. All right, I'm out, guys. Enjoy the rest of your new year. And oh yeah, that by the way, you can wish me a happy birthday as well, because my birthday is also this month. So I'm gonna enjoy it. I always enjoy it every December, bringing in that new year of rights. You know, doing all that self-reflection, and especially for my birthday and the New Year's going on. So yeah, that's what I do, man. You know how it is. Capricorn is the most dynamic sign of the zodiac. Oh yeah, and also shout out to Jay-Z. His birthday passed last week or something like that. So he's a December baby, right along with me. Both born and bred in Brooklyn. So shout out to Jay-Z. Happy belated birthday, my dude. And that's it. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Happy holidays. Happy Kwanzaa. Happy Hanukkah. Merry Christmas. All that good stuff. I'll see you in January 2022. I'm out. Peace.
Check it.
You just listened to GCOM Radio, powered by Lyfeblood.com for the global community.
We worldwide, baby.
See you in the next go-round. From right here to your town, we out.